that you're doing on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey!
Yes, everybody, welcome in later with Jason Suel. It's the kickoff to season 11. Can you believe that?
No, I can't. That's amazing.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And sunshine is here. You don't have to adjust your TV sets. Bo did not somehow become more beautiful over a week's time. But sunshine's filling in. Bo's got the night off. Thanks for being here.
You are so welcome. It is such an honor to get to be here to help welcome in the new season.
Can you believe that it's been 11? I mean, I can't believe it's been 11
I can't believe that you're even that old.
I'm not.
Right, I know.
I'm not.
Did you start like in high school?
I did. I started really young. If you go back and look at the first episodes of this show, which I wouldn't really encourage anybody to do that.
But did you have gray hair?
No. It was jet black.
Man,
I know.
How times have changed.
How times have changed, I know. Speaking of times changing, can we talk a little bit about this crazy weather we've had to end the summer and kind of start the fall? It's really weird.
It's sort of bizarre. I almost feel like it's like teasing us a little bit. It's like, oh my, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I do look dewy and lovely from the sauna that is outside currently. But then it's like, boom, then it rains and you're like, oh, everything's sweet. And it's back and forth. My head.
It's hard to know what to wear even, how to like fix your hair because it's like mine, ping, like it frizzes out.
Same.
It's crazy.
I feel that. So deep in my heart.
Yeah. I know you do.
Yeah.
Something else that causes my hair to frizz out has been the box office this summer.
Yes.
So Barbenheimer was like this big cultural moment that we had, right?
Yes.
Did you get a chance to do the Barbenheimer?
Okay, I have barbed.
You
I
barbed.
have not heimered yet.
Okay.
Because for some reason, I think that like all of my friends are like, I just don't want to have too many feelings right now.
The older you get, the easier it is to heimer. That's what I hear.
It's
so
actually
look out
true.
for that.
I know. And I like to stay youthful, and so that's why I barb.
Right, you got to barb.
But I'm going to tell you that Barbie is chef's kiss.
Yeah, okay.
I won't go into it, but it is,
it was billed as kind of this magical thing, and I know Greta Gerwig working on it. People were really excited about her directing it.
Yes.
And it lived up to the hype.
It 110% lived up to the hype.
In your estimation, should you do the barb and then the heimer, or the heimer and then the barb? What's the right order?
I actually think that you probably should heimer first.
Okay.
And then barb.
And then you end with...
Right, because I mean, let's get serious. Like Oppenheimer is good. That is going to be... That's heavy.
Right, that's heavy stuff.
And I think it's actually more of like a character development of the man himself.
Sure.
But
then you wanted something to lift you out of that heavy spirit.
And literally by the end of it, it's like, Barbie is going to make you feel good.
Oh.
Yeah, so that is Sunshine's recommendation to all. Actually.
Good tip.
Yes.
Sunshine's recommendations to all. Hot tips. We need to do a whole segment about that. But another thing that's going to make you feel good is the show we have lined up for you tonight, because we've got Raymond House in the house. We're going to be talking about all things Razorback athletics. So superstar, former Razorback athlete, pundit now, talking about all the things. I can't wait to talk to Raymond House, one of my favorites, yes. We have Chef Aaron Rowe down there at our chef's table. Chef, what do we got lined up down there? What are you going to be making for us?
I've got some game day refrigerator pickles that are going to be perfect for every tailgate, Jason.
Oh, I love it. Sticking with the theme. And then we've got a great music video provided to us by our friends right here at Fayetteville Public Television. It's all wrapped up in the show, so stick around. We got all that fun happening later. Welcome back, everybody. We got Raymond House down here in the hot seat. Raymond, we're going to talk about all things football. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure.
Yes.
Always a pleasure.
So you're former Razorback, right? So you might have a little extra insight into what we can expect coming up in this football season this year.
I guess so. I'm very familiar.
Yeah.
But really excited to see the type of team that they field this year.
Yeah.
A lot of a lot of, I guess you would say, mystery and unknown, because of the changes they've gone through this year. You got a new offensive staff, you got a new defensive staff,
sure.
right? And you've got a lot of turnover from a transfer perspective. You've got new faces coming in, new freshmen coming in. So I think this is definitely going to be a defining period for the Razorbacks to really showcase, what they've got, because coming from the staff, they've been really excited about it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, speaking of really excited, can you describe that moment as a former player yourself? Right now, we're kicking off the season, right? What's it like in the locker room, taking what you've learned on the practice field and putting it on the playing field? What is that moment like?
It can be surreal at times, knowing exactly what you're a part of, and you're playing in one of the best conferences in the nation, on some of the biggest stages on the weekends with millions of eyes usually every weekend. So it's definitely an exciting moment, but players to a T relish it, because you're coming out of some of the toughest periods you had to deal with. Fall camp is a very grueling.
It can be brutal, right?
Yes,
yeah.
It's very brutal, and so you're really excited to get to the game for a lot of different reasons.
Yes. Sunshine, what's your football knowledge? A scale of 1 to 10. Where are you?
My football knowledge is somewhere between a 1 and a 7.
Oh, that's...
Yeah. What I mean by that is, like, I know when the games are. I know some things about how the game is played. I love the outfits.
Outfits.
Yeah.
And you like to have fun? I mean, it's like the tailgating seems like that
yeah.
would be prime time sunshine, right?
Oh, yes. I mean, I am the best person to take to a party.
Yeah, absolutely.
For real.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Raymond, kicking it back over to you, you were talking about this before. We've got some returning starters, some people we know or we hope we can rely on, right? On the offensive side, you got Rocket Sanders, of course, you got KJ Jefferson, and you got some of the receiver core who maybe weren't starters last year but played a role, maybe got some snaps in. Yeah. But you do have that new offensive coordinator. You got Dan Enos back there.
He's always been a sensible and pragmatic offensive coordinator. Obviously had several years' experience as a head coach as well, too. So it's always good to have that head coaching experience as a part of your staff.
And flipping it over to the other side of the ball, on defense, there's a lot of new faces, and I think we've been accustomed to talking about our linebackers for the last few years. We got Paul returning, but but after like a Drew Sanders and a Grant Morgan and all of those people, Paul, and I don't know who even else. So what do we have to look forward to there?
With Williams coming in as a defensive coordinator, new from Central Florida, I think you'll see an aggressive style of defense that definitely is going to look to attack and try to impose its will. But strategically, not necessarily physically from the standpoint, they're going to be a 4-3 front at the base. And I think they're going to really try to make sure that because I think they can use to their advantage the unknowns they have on the defensive side. You do have Chris Paul Jr. that you already spoke of. Zach Williams, the defensive line, he's a senior defensive end.
Yeah.
You look for him to be a leader in the front unit, but then you've got McLaughlin, you've got Clark
right.
on the back end as well too. So there's some familiar names that have extensive experience playing on those defensive situations in the SEC, and you're excited about that. But I think you'll look to see a team that's going to be aggressive and try to attack and try to impose their will and make things difficult. Offense is usually constructive. You want things to come together. Defensive, on the defense side, it's the exact opposite. It's disruptive. You want things to mess up for the offense.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what they'll be looking to do this year.
Yeah, for sure. So you said before, we were talking about kind of like this is a defining season maybe, right? Because you've got a lot of new coaches, but one coach is the same. That's head coach Sam Pittman. Do you think that is this a make or break Sam Pittman year?
No, I don't believe that he's in a make or break situation. Every coach going into every season has expectations they want to set, and then they have a semblance of success that they want to achieve. And that's the situation that he's in.
That makes sense. So looking at the season, without making you kind of give us your predictions on how many wins and losses, what's something that you are looking forward to and you think will do really well, and then something that we need to watch out for that could trip up the team as they begin their campaign this year?
I imagine, as far as things to look forward to, I imagine that there'll be a team that plays their strengths, especially offensively. They've got a loaded running back room, and so and they've got some experience along the offensive line. I expect them to try to impose their will from a ball control and running the ball perspective, right? And then try to work to get the hands into the athletes and put them in space to be successful. And so I think you would expect that running back room to have a lot of success.
Strength, yeah.
When you look at the schedule, there's some interesting portions of it that really It will give you some concern. You've got your two non-conference games, your three non-conference games to start out the rest of the season before you go on a 4-game stretch.
Yeah.
All the way from the confines of Razorback Stadium.
Right.
One including the last iteration of the Southwest Classic before Texas A&M moves over to the home-and-home schedule that they have.
Right.
So really how you manage that 4-game stretch, that's the biggest concern because that's a lot of time away from here, a lot of time in uncomfortable situations, and you have to really lean on that experience and those leaders within that locker room along with the strategies those coaches put in place to be able to make sure, hey, well, you have to weather the storm, and you're not going to be in a real comfortable place in several instances, especially when you're gone for so long. So
yeah.
That's what I'll be looking out for there. How they manage that 4-game stretch is really going to be a big determinant of the results of the season.
Well, you heard it here first. Raymond House, no better knowledge on Razorback football than him. Sunshine, what do you think? Are you excited about this upcoming season?
I'm terribly excited, and I feel like I just got let in on all the secrets, so I'm ready. I'm really ready.
Now we're ready. We've got the secrets here. You should stick around because we have more fun happening later.
Our musical guest brought to you by Walton Arts Center. Walton Arts Center, presenting the West Street Live series.
From his soul, moving blood, wretched fame digs through the dirt, is in flood, like demon blood runs through the earth, down to the core. They broke on the road, you wish you were great.
Yes, everybody, welcome back. Later with Jason Suel. We're down here at the chef's table. Chef Aaron Rowe joining us. We got to point out, too, your book down here, An Ozark Culinary History. What a great cookbook this is.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, we got a copy at home, and we're always going through it. It kind of makes you feel, because I'm an Arkansan, makes me feel like these recipes are a part of my culture.
You totally are part of this culture, and yeah, you should know what we have here.
And one of the recipes you're going to be making is in the book, right? So we're talking about pickles, which are great for tailgating.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So they're from the book, and they only take 48 hours, so anybody can make them. And you know, basically just a few neighborhood
Only 48 hours. That scares me a little bit.
I mean, they sit on the counter for 48 hours.
Okay, so they need to like soak. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Counter for 24 and in the fridge for 24, and then you got your refrigerator.
You're
pickles.
not literally working for 40
I
hours.
know, right? No, that's
I
what
know. This was the.
These labor-intensive pickles.
I'll pass.
Yes. I know.
All right.
So what do you got to do to get started?
Okay, so basically you need like a jar or something to put them in
Okay.
as you go along, and you need obviously a garden cucumber and a cutting board, and you're just going to, thank you, catch that book there,
Yes, I did. You just need to catch the
But
book.
see, look how pretty these garden cucumbers are. I
know,
mean, right?
they're
A lot of people are going to
beautiful.
still be harvesting those cucumbers out, but you can also get these at the grocery store. It's
Yeah,
no
they
big deal.
smell great though. Like,
Doesn't
are they
it?
fresh?
I want to put them on my eyes, girl. Do a little
Oh.
makeup treatment. You know what I mean?
Yes,
After
yes.
that Barbie movie, I was like, I gotta look cuter these days.
So have you
know?
have you done the full Barbenheimer?
I've done the full Barbenheimer twice. So I've done
Whoa.
Barbie twice and then Oppenheimer once. But I could go back, but like we've talked, it's like 3 hours.
Right. It's a
Right.
long. It's
So
a
it's
big
a long
commitment,
movie.
right?
It is.
Investment.
What was that? What was that
Worth
like
it.
for you to see both of them?
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Yeah.
The contrast is pretty brilliant because Oppenheimer is so intense and scientific and serious. Then Barbie's all about women empowerment and Ken. Oh my gosh,
Right.
Ryan Gosling. I'm like, can I just take him home with me?
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
So the contrast is just like funny, but then you also have the serious documentary. And you're like, yes.
Yeah.
You feel like you're a full person by the time
Right.
you're done.
All of your needs have been met cinematically.
Exactly.
the
And
time
whether
we
we're a chef, a doctor, a radio announcer, whatever, as Barbie, we are all perfect and we're
Right.
good to go.
Oh, I love that.
It's great.
Are
Stop
these
it.
going to be perfect though?
They're
is my
gonna be
question.
perfect.
They
Okay.
smell perfect.
So basically,
already.
if you guys want to help me with this,
Sure,
that'd
yeah,
might
we
be
do.
fun. So Sunshine, if you want to do my little toppers, I've
Okay,
got
okay.
turmeric, mustard seed, and celery seed. Just
All
a little
right.
sprinkle of each.
just a little.
I'll hit up
bit?
the garlic
Okay,
powder. You do
do-
3.
Okay. All right.
So a little garlic powder
like more
or onion powder.
Stuff.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. Onion powder is great. And if you do have home onions, like white onions, green onions, you can chop those off. But I brought onion powder because it dissolves quickly. And a lot of people's kids are like, ew, I don't like onions, right?
Now, is-
Woo!
Yeah.
Is dill a bunch? Okay.
Oh
Stop,
yeah, no,
stop,
and I
stop.
don't.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're good. Maybe in a stash, a little splash of salt.
So salt. Okay.
Yeah, maybe a
great.
smidge more. Okay. And then to make it like sweet and sour, I do a little bit of sugar,
put
probably about
sugar
a
in there
teaspoon.
as well, okay.
It'll balance out that vinegar that you're going to add, Jason,
Okay.
because it'll contrast. Otherwise, it'd be like, whoa, way intense.
Okay,
You could put
okay.
dill in these, and then you would switch out that and not do the sugar, and then
So-
you would dill
Okay.
pickle.
So, am I going to pour this in now?
Yeah, go ahead and pour it
Can I
together.
get some vinegar pouring music from
Yes.
the band? Can you give me something as this trickles in?
Dun, dun, dun. And you can pour right over all that good stuff.
Ooh.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh,
Whoa.
Bravo.
yes, there it is. All right,
Nice.
yeah.
So from there, you're just basically you've got these in. Now this is a little full, but we'll just move it over here.
Yeah.
And then you'll cover it, and then you let it sit on the counter like this. You shake it up, right?
Yeah.
Like shake
Right.
it up,
Shake it,
shake
shake
it
it,
up.
shake it,
You
shake
get
it.
all that and that way you don't have to like mix. I love that you mix it per pickle jar.
Okay, so you set it on the counter for 24 hours and then in the fridge for 24 hours. And Aaron, what do they look like when they're done?
Well, check this out.
Oh, look. Okay, so this is it. The magic of 48 hours and television.
Oh, I know. And
Okay.
don't those look like great pickles?
Absolutely.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
You should be. It's gonna be great.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you our dear?
Oh, okay.
So this would be great to have maybe at a tailgate as one of the options there, right?
I
Plus
agree.
you can say you made them.
Yeah, you
which
made
is
your
really
own pickles.
Cool.
Also, you could put them on a hot dog and cut them up a little bit.
Oh my
Jason.
gosh, yes, absolutely.
You like
Great.
them?
What do you think? Can you taste the sweet and the sour?
Yes, it's like It's like, it's not super sweet, but it kind of softens that little kick that's in there.
Oh man, Erin, thank you so much for bringing us one of these recipes that's in your book.
Thanks.
Where can people pick up this book? I see it all over the place, right?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, at every Barnes & Noble, Walgreens, CVS, Sam's Club, Walmart, or with me.
Yeah.
You know, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram and all the things. I'm Erin Rowe.
Yeah, check her out on social media. That's Chef Erin Rowe. And we'll be right back because we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. It's coming up later. Yes, that's our show. Thanks for tuning in to the kickoff of season 11. Remember, you can find us out there on your social media platforms or send us an email over at laterwithjasonsuel.com. And before we get out of here, we got to thank all of our amazing guests, including the one and only Raymond House.
Yes, like to give a big shout out to Chef Erin Rowe.
Yeah, and how about that band Chrono Wizard? That's our show. We'll see you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.